Look, winning 20 games in a row, it's incredible in itself. But when it comes to the Lady Bears, you expect things like that. Tonight, they travel to face off against number 21 Oklahoma State, who gave them a solid game back in Waco on January 31st. Out to Stillwater, where this one got out of hand in a hurry. Kalani Brown, she had a career night. But first, Christy Wallace finds Dakia Cohen 2 of her 20 points. Later, Alexis Morris drives to the bucket. No good, but Brown is there for the putback. 20 points, 23 rebounds for the junior. And Christy Wallace going to get the easy layup right there. Baylor shot 55% from the field. Lady Bears absolutely crush OSU 87-45. They have now won 21 in a row and sit 14-0 in Big 12 play. Over in Belton, where the UMHB women's basketball team dropped out of the top 25 but continue to receive votes in the WBCA top 25 poll. Now, the Crew lost to Concordia 61-55 last Saturday in Austin. Their record now stands at 19-4 overall and 12-3 in conference play. Now, UMHB needs one more win to clinch the American Southwest Conference West Division and the #1 seed in the conference tournament. Well, MCC's Jalen Walker has been named the North Texas Junior College Athletic Conference Player of the Week. In 2 games, she scored 40 points, including a career-high 31 against Cisco. Walker also picked up 9 rebounds, 7 steals, and 5 assists. The Highlasses will be back in action when they travel to face off against Southwestern Christian College tomorrow at 3 o'clock. Over to high school, Class A bi-district round between Coolidge and Bartlett. First quarter action, Jada Hunter. She got off to a really good start tonight for the Lady Yellow Jackets. Off the inbounds, hits the jumper right there. Then later, it's Hunter once again, knocking down yet another jumper. They would jump out to a 4-point lead. Bartlett, however, they would respond. Jasmine Fletcher finds Sydney Cooper in the corner. She dials long distance. Then it's Kelsey Tomaleo who hits from downtown. However, Coolidge, they would advance, winning 56-44. More scores from around Class A. Aquila advances as they roll past Oglesby 45-31. Blanket takes down Walnut Springs 47-36. Over in Class 6A, Copper's Cove season would come to an end as they fall to DeSoto 63-50. Midway got down early and never recovered as Cedar Hill moves on 70-50. Also in Class 5A, University, they're moving on. They defeat Nacogdoches 65-58. Boys District 18 5A action. Rudder looking to clinch the outright league title tonight against Waco High. Bryson Workman behind the back pass. Antoine Henderson with the finish at the rim. On the other end, Jimmy Vale to Wayne Pershaw for the bucket. Lions got within 10 at that point. Next town down up the court, it's Pershaw, the short corner jumper to cut the deficit to single digits, but that's about as close as it would get as Rudder would go on to win 61-49. Waco High finishes as the 3rd seed. Over at A&M Consolidated, the Tigers scoring off against Temple tonight. This one was close throughout the game. 4th quarter action, Lathan Castilleja hits from behind the arc. Temple takes a 1-point lead. Then Nate Floyd all the way to the bucket for Console. They'll go back up on top. Later, it's the Wildcats back on offense. Swing it over to Cameron Gossett, but in the end, they would come up short, falling 67-61. Now, if you were one of the few who went to bed early last night, man, you missed an incredible game. Baylor not only went into overtime, but they went into a second overtime and then won it with 8 seconds left. Baylor swept this regular season series from Texas for the 6th time in the Big 12 era. They held the Longhorns to just 36% from the field, 15% from behind the arc. Now, last week I talked about how the bench play has been incredible during this win streak. They also stepped up yet again, outscoring Texas 32-12, led by Terry Maston, who scored a career-high 26 points, including 12 in both overtimes.
It gave us a little spark. I didn't want to go into overtime, but it did light a fire under us, and definitely me, knowing that I had to come back and help my team in any possible way I could. And luckily I got hot, and I did so.
To football, where the Kansas City Chiefs will part ways with Waco native Derek Johnson when his contract expires on March 14th. Now, this is going to end Johnson's 13-year run with the Chiefs. He's the franchise's all-time leader tackler with 1,262. Derek also played in 182 games, recording 27.5 sacks, 14 interceptions, 4 of those for touchdowns. He was also a 4-time Pro Bowl selection, but I wouldn't find him out of work too often because somebody will pick him up and he'll go back to work coming up and during training camp. That's it for sports. Right back after the break.